Welcome, fellow carbon-based life forms, to another episode of How Did We Get Here and Why Is Everything So Weird? Look, we all love Earth. It has got oxygen, pizza, and gravity that keeps our phones from floating into the sun. But have you ever looked at a desert and then at a rainforest and thought, did the Earth's architect just have a mid-life crisis? I mean, one place is a giant sandbox that is trying to dehydrate you. And the other is a humid green maze where literally every plant is competing to steal your sunlight. Why is not the Earth just one giant, comfortable lukewarm park? Why do we have mountains that are basically the Earth's way of saying, I am not touching you to the sky? And why is the ocean so deep and salty? Spoiler, it is not just because the fish are crying. Today, we are diving into the chaotic, brilliant, and sometimes downright ridiculous world of ecosystems. We are going to figure out how a dust storm in Africa is basically a DoorDash delivery for trees in South America, and why your local forest is actually a massive underground chat room that makes Reddit look organized. But hey, before we start unraveling the cosmic spaghetti that is our planet's biology, do me a solid. If you think Earth is at least 10% cooler than Mars, hit that like button. It is free, it is high in antioxidants, and it tells the YouTube algorithm that you are a genius. Also, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Join our club of smart people who like to look at rocks and trees and ask, but why though? Trust me, your brain will thank you, and my cat needs the ad revenue for his premium tuna. Ready, let us get into the nitty-gritty of this beautiful, messy ball of mud we call home. To understand why Earth looks like a chaotic interior design project gone wrong, we have to talk about the floor is lava game literally. A few 100 million years ago, Earth's crust was basically a group of grumpy teenagers at a party. Nobody wanted to stay in the same spot. These tectonic plates started shoving each other. When two plates hit each other, they could not just say excuse me. Instead, they crumpled up like a crashed car, creating mountains. The Himalayas, that is just India slamming into Asia at 2 inches per year. It is the world's slowest car crash, and the result is a massive pile of rocks that forces clouds to dump all their water on one side. This leaves the other side looking like a SpongeBob meme. I do not need it. I definitely do not need it. I need water, and boom, you have got a desert. Now, let us talk about the ocean. The ocean is basically the Earth's air conditioning and heating system, but it is filled with salt and things that might want to nibble on your toes. These massive currents act like a giant conveyor belt, moving warm water from the tropics to places like London, so they do not turn into a giant ice cube. It is like the Earth is constantly trying to redistribute the wealth of heat. But the mountains keep getting in the way and stealing the moisture. And then there is the intercontinental food delivery. You see the Sahara Desert, it looks empty, right? Wrong. It is actually a giant mineral factory. Every year, millions of tons of dust take a transatlantic flight without the tiny bags of pretzels to the Amazon rainforest. This dust is packed with phosphorus, which the Amazon desperately needs because it is constantly raining there. And the rain washes the nutrients away. So, without a giant, dry, dusty desert in Africa, the world's largest rainforest would basically be a giant, hungry plant cemetery. Talk about a weird long-distance relationship. But wait, it gets weirder. If you go into a forest, you are not just standing on dirt. You are standing on the wood wide web. No, the trees are not scrolling TikTok, but they are connected by a massive network of fungi called mycelium. These fungi act like a fiber optic cable. If a tree in the corner is getting attacked by beetles, it sends a chemical SOS through the fungus to its neighbors. The other trees then start pumping out chemicals to make their leaves taste like garbage so the beetles won't eat them. It is basically a neighborhood watch program, but with more spores and fewer Karens. Every ecosystem is just a different solution to the same problem. How do I stay alive without ruining everything for everyone else? The predators eat the herbivores so the plants do not get eaten to extinction. The decomposers eat the dead stuff so we are not walking on 4 billion-year-old dinosaur carcasses. It is a perfect, delicate balance. However, we humans have a habit of walking into this finely tuned orchestra and playing the kazoo as loud as possible. We are changing the thermostat, global warming, and moving the furniture around, deforestation. But the good news is, Earth is remarkably good at fixing itself if we just stop being the annoying neighbor for a few minutes. So, what have we learned today? We have learned that Earth is basically a giant, complex machine where everything is glued together with spider webs, fungal Wi-Fi, and a whole lot of luck. We have seen that mountains are not just pretty backgrounds for your Instagram photos, they are weather-bending titans. We have seen that deserts are the unsung heroes of the jungle. And we have realized that the ocean is basically a giant, salty mood ring for the entire planet. Nature does not do things because they are pretty. It does things because they work. The diversity we see is not just for show, it is the planet's way of making sure that if one thing goes wrong, the whole ship does not sink. When we protect a swamp or a random patch of scrubland, we are not just being nice to the planet. We are essentially making sure the Earth's operating system does not crash. And trust me, you do not want to see the blue screen of death on a planetary scale. Thank you for sticking around and feeding your brain some high-quality knowledge nuggets. If you enjoyed this journey through the Earth's beautifully weird systems, remember that you are now an ambassador for this planet. Go out there, look at a tree, and think about its fungal Wi-Fi. It will make you look very deep and mysterious at parties. We appreciate every single one of you who likes, comments, and shares these videos. You are the reason we can keep exploring the why behind the what. It is time for us to sign off and let the planet keep spinning while we get some rest. Take care of yourselves, and more importantly, take care of our big, beautiful, slightly insane home. And on that note, it is time to dim the lights. May your sleep be as peaceful as a sloth in a rainstorm and your dreams be as vivid as a coral reef. Good night, everyone. Sleep tight.